Stop the presses. ASAP Rocky just made everyone's heart melt by calling his newborn daughter with Rihanna the favorite thing he created this year. And honestly, this might be the sweetest thing we've heard from a rapper in forever. We're talking about one of hip-hop's coolest, most fashion-forward artists getting absolutely soft over his baby girl. And the internet is collectively losing it over how adorable this whole situation is. This is the same guy who's known for his hard-hitting bars, his iconic fashion moments, and his overall too-cool-for-school vibe. And now he's out here publicly declaring that his daughter beats everything else he's done professionally. Music? Nah. Fashion collabs? Nope. His entire artistic output for the year doesn't compare to this tiny human he helped create with Rihanna. If you're ready to dive into why this moment is so significant, what it tells us about Rocky as a dad, and why the internet is absolutely obsessed with the celebrity family, then buckle up because we're about to get into all of it. But first, hit that subscribe button and smash that notification bell, because Celebrity Treadmill is bringing you the most heartwarming celebrity content, and you definitely don't want to miss what's coming next. Let's start with the context, because this isn't just any celebrity baby announcement. This is ASAP Rocky and Rihanna's daughter we're talking about. These two are arguably one of the most stylish, influential, and talked about couples in entertainment right now. Rihanna, the multi-hyphenate mogul who's conquered music, fashion, and beauty with her Fenty empire, and ASAP Rocky, the Harlem-born rapper and fashion icon who's redefined what it means to be a hip-hop artist in the modern era. Together, they're basically royalty, and every move they make gets dissected, celebrated, and turned into memes within minutes. So when Rocky opens up about his daughter being his favorite creation of the year, that's not just dad talk. That's a cultural moment. Now, let's talk about what Rocky actually said, because the wording is everything. He didn't say she was one of his favorite things. He didn't say she was up there with his other accomplishments. He straight up called her his favorite thing he created this year. That's a bold statement from someone who's had a pretty incredible year professionally. ASAP Rocky doesn't just sit around. The man has been working on music, collaborating with fashion brands, appearing in campaigns, and generally being one of the most visible artists in the industry. But none of that compares to his daughter. That's the kind of perspective shift that parenthood brings. And it's beautiful to witness, especially from someone who's built their entire career on being cool, collected, and somewhat untouchable. The fact that he's calling her a creation is also interesting because it shows how he's thinking about fatherhood. This isn't just something that happened to him. It's something he actively participated in creating. He's taking ownership and pride in being a dad in a way that's refreshing to see, especially in hip-hop culture, where fatherhood hasn't always been celebrated or prioritized in the same way. Rocky's framing his daughter as his greatest artistic achievement, which is a pretty powerful statement about what he values and where his priorities are now that he's a parent. Let's also acknowledge the elephant in the room. This is Rocky's daughter with Rihanna. Not just any partner, but literally one of the most famous, successful, and influential women on the planet. Their relationship has been the subject of endless fascination since they first went public. Fans have been shipping them for years before they finally confirmed they were together, and when Rihanna announced her pregnancy, the internet basically broke. These two have given us iconic fashion moments, adorable paparazzi photos, and glimpses into what seems like a genuinely loving and supportive relationship. So when Rocky talks about their daughter being his favorite creation, he's also acknowledging the partnership and collaboration with Rihanna that made this possible. It's not just his creation, it's theirs, and that's beautiful. The timing of this revelation is also worth discussing. We're living in a time when celebrity dads are becoming more vocal about fatherhood, more present in their kids' lives, and more willing to show vulnerability and emotion around parenting. Gone are the days when being a tough guy meant never talking about your feelings or your family. Now, some of the coolest, most respected artists in the world are openly gushing about their kids, and it's changing the conversation around masculinity and fatherhood in really positive ways. Rocky calling his daughter his favorite thing isn't weakness, it's confidence. It's knowing what actually matters in life and being secure enough to say it publicly. Think about what Rocky's admitting here. He's saying that all his professional accomplishments, all the money he's made, all the fame and recognition and creative output, none of it compares to being a dad to this little girl. That's a massive statement from someone who's worked their entire life to build a career and establish themselves in an incredibly competitive industry. He's essentially saying that personal fulfillment and family mean more than professional success, which is a message that resonates way beyond celebrity culture. How many people spend their entire lives chasing career goals and professional recognition only to realize too late that relationships and family were what really mattered? Rocky's figuring this out early, and he's not afraid to say out loud. The relationship between Rocky and Rihanna has always been goals material, but this takes it to another level. We're watching two people at the absolute top of their respective games choose family and parenthood and partnership over everything else. Rihanna could be working 24/7 on her businesses, but she's choosing to prioritize being a mom. Rocky could be in the studio or on tour constantly, but he's choosing to be present for his daughter. That's not just romantic. It's revolutionary in a culture that often glorifies the grind and hustle above all else. They're showing that you can have massive career success and prioritize family, that those two things don't have to be mutually exclusive. Let's talk about what this means for their daughter growing up, because this kid is going to have one of the most unique childhood experiences imaginable. Her mom is Rihanna, literal billionaire, beauty mogul, music legend, fashion icon. Her dad is ASAP Rocky, one of the most respected figures in hip-hop and fashion. She's going to grow up surrounded by creativity, success, and probably some of the most stylish baby outfits ever created. But more importantly, she's going to grow up with parents who clearly adore her and prioritize her above their professional accomplishments. That's the real gift here, not the money or the fame or the access, but having parents who are present and invested and willing to say publicly that she's the best thing they've ever done. The internet's reaction to Rocky's statement has been overwhelmingly positive, which tells you something about what people respond to. We're also used to celebrities being guarded and carefully managing their image and never showing real emotion. When someone breaks through that and just says something genuinely heartfelt, people respond to it. Rocky's not trying to be cool in this moment. He's being real, and that authenticity is what makes it resonate. Social media is full of people saying things like, "This is the softest thing I've ever heard Rocky say, and I love it," or "Dad, Rocky is my favorite Rocky." People are here for vulnerable, emotional, family-focused Rocky because it shows another dimension of who he is beyond the music and the fashion. This moment also highlights how parenthood changes priorities in ways you can't really understand until you experience it. Before becoming a dad, Rocky's favorite creation might have been an album or a fashion collaboration, or a particular song or video that he was proud of. Those things probably felt incredibly important and meaningful. But then you have a child, and suddenly all of that gets put into perspective. Nothing you create professionally will ever feel as significant as this human you helped bring into the world. That a universal experience that transcends celebrity status, and Rocky articulating it so simply and directly makes it relatable, even though most of us will never know what it's like to be a world-famous rapper. The comparison to his other work this year is also interesting to think about. What has Rocky been working on? Has he been in the studio recording new music? Has he been doing fashion campaigns or collaborations? Has he been working on business ventures? Whatever it is, he's saying it doesn't compare to his daughter. That's not diminishing his professional work. It's just recognizing that some things are more important than others. You can be proud of your career accomplishments while also acknowledging that personal relationships and family bring a different kind of fulfillment that can't be replicated by professional success. There's also something really sweet about Rocky publicly declaring this, because it's a gift to his daughter that she'll be able to see someday. Imagine growing up and being able to look back at interviews or statements where your dad said you were the best thing he ever created. That's the kind of love and validation that shapes a person's entire sense of self-worth. Rocky's not just being a proud dad in private. He's putting it on record for the world to see, which means his daughter will always have evidence of how much she meant to him from the very beginning. That's powerful parenting. The dynamic between Rocky and Rihanna's parents is also something people are fascinated by. These are two incredibly strong, successful, independent people who've chosen to build a family together. Neither of them needed to settle down or have kids. They could have continued living their fabulous celebrity lives indefinitely. But they chose partnership and parenthood, and they seem genuinely happy about it. The photos we've seen of them as a family show a level of joy and contentment that you can't fake. Rocky looking at Rihanna holding their baby. Rihanna glowing in that way new moms do. Both of them seeming completely smitten with their daughter. It's the kind of family content that makes people believe in love and happiness. Thanks for watching Celebrity Treadmill.